Over the past 7 weeks, I've been using EndeavourOS with Hyperland. EndeavourOS is a rolling release Arch Linux-based distro, but why did I pick it over Manjaro, Arco, Artix, or Arch? Well, I picked it for its extremely easy install process, and well, that's mainly it. But I have quite a few reasons why I chose an Arch distribution. For this video, I will be referring to all Arch-based distros, mostly as just Arch. Before we start, I just want to say thank you. My previous video on how I set up my terminal did so well. I went from 100 to 600 subscribers from it, and I have to owe some of it to Daffy Duck the Wizard, who actually requested the video in the first place. So, immediately after my 100 subscriber special, here is my 500 subscriber special. This is why I switched to Arch Linux. One major reason for my switch from macOS to Arch was a change of device. I switched from a MacBook to a ThinkPad. Obviously, this led to a switch from macOS to a different operating system. ThinkPads come with Windows by default. However, I don't want to use Windows. It just doesn't fit well with my workflow, so I decided on Linux. I'd always wanted to use it, so why not? I ruled out Ubuntu immediately because I've tried it before and I just don't really like it. I also ruled out Debian for the same reason. I thought about other distros like PopOS or Void Linux, but a while ago I tried Manjaro in a virtual machine. I didn't particularly like it, but there was something about Arch Linux that just drew me towards it, so that led me to choosing EndeavourOS. Arch Linux is mainly known as a meme or status in the Linux community. However, I don't use it for either reason. I use it because of its endless configuration and freedom. Almost anything that you have can be modified on Arch. Just go into your home or .config directory and change what you need to. As well as this, Arch has an expansive package library and user repository that contains any software you may need. You can also install Flatpak, which opens another library of apps and utilities that you can install. However, most things on Flatpak have an Arch version in the Arch repository. In terms of desktop environment, you have access to every normal Linux desktop environment and window manager you're used to, with the addition of Hyperland. Probably the deciding reason I picked Arch over other non-Arch distros is its compatibility with Hyperland. Hyperland is a tiling window manager, which means it organizes my open windows into panes, similarly to Tmux with terminal sessions. This allows for an extremely clean desktop setup where windows are neatly organized on the screen. It also relies heavily on key bindings that are not too difficult to learn, and they are extremely helpful to have. They allow you to quickly move through workspaces, move windows to them, and quickly open apps. Configuration is also extremely easy to do as long as you're comfortable with config files rather than a wizard. You have the option to use one large file or multiple smaller files sourced from a main one. You can change the opacity and blur of windows, as well as corner radius and border color, which allows for endless config options. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like on this video and tell me in the comments what your opinion is on Arch and any tips that you may have for using it, since although I've now been using it for more than a month, I'm still learning new stuff that I can do with it. Also, YouTube shows that over 90% of you are not subscribed, so if you did enjoy and you don't want to miss out on more videos and streams, then consider hitting the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.